Hello everyone, Deb Floros, guest designer for Beadaholique. I'm making some fun swirly twirly seed bead earrings, and these are going to have a sea theme because the sea swirls and twirls, right? I'm using some 24 gauge wire and 3 different seed beads. So one is a 6-0 Preciosa check glass round pony seed bead, a size 11-0 Miyuki Delica seed bead, and a size 11 Toho Aiko seed bead, and they are all sea colors. So I'm measuring out about 18 inches of wire, and you can actually cut that in half and do this separately. I started with 18 inches because I wasn't sure exactly how long I wanted these to be until I really got there. So you can cut your piece in half. It makes working with this a little bit easier. Now, 24 gauge wire is hard to pick up seed beads with. So you could put them on your mat and pick them up. I find that difficult. You could also try to use a bead spinner. That's an option. I've never tried with 24 gauge wire. Might work, but I string them on and I just do them in a random pattern. So I'm picking up a few of each and kind of varying the number of them as I put them onto the wire. I just want a random fun pattern. If you want your pattern to be more organized, you most certainly could do that. Now, I ended up with about 8 inches, and I decided to go ahead and put a wire wrap loop at one end, and then you'll notice I put a bead stopper at the other end. I'll take that off and do the same thing at the other end. I just want a very small loop, and I do want some play in this, so it's important not to wrap your loops too close to the beads. You want to have some movement available to you. Now, the next thing I do is I work harden this wire. So I'm looping it and curling it around some things and just trying to get the wire to harden up a little bit. So I'm curling it, I curl it around a vial of seed beads, I kind of bend it a little bit, and then I'm just going to create some small loops using my fingers. The wire is hardened a little bit, but not too hard that I can't shape it. But what I want is for these beads to kind of hold their shape, or this wire and with beads to hold its shape. I'm going to then kind of push and twist those curls a little bit upwards so that they create this fun little dangly, swirly, twirly seed bead earring. I attach them directly to an ear wire, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the other pair. So another 8 inches or so of wire, a couple of wire wrap loops, and just a small loop. You don't want your loops to be too oversized, but you'll want to give yourself a little bit of play, work that wire, and then make those smaller loops. These will hold their shape unless you're yanking on them and pulling on them really hard, disco dancing perhaps. These will hold their shape. So just curl that around, and then you'll want to bring those 2 loops together up top by pulling those 2 sides together. I like to straighten out those loops a little bit with some pliers and attach your ear wire, and then just shape them a little bit and get them to look similar to the other one. And gosh, I think they're so cute. So we're going to make one more pair, and I'm going to string on a beautiful crystal starfish. So I'm going to grab another round of our wire, and this time about 6 inches. And I've got these Prestige crystal starfish pendants. They're 16 millimeter. They are gorgeous. And I'm putting them onto the wire, crisscrossing the wire, and then wrapping one wire around the other and cutting off my excess. Then I'm putting on some of the seed beads, and I just chose the larger seed beads and the Miyuki Delicas this time around, and I string them onto the wire and just kind of doing a pattern of 3 of the small and 1 large one, and I think I ended up with about 9 of those pony beads, maybe 7. And you can do however many you'd like, because you can decide how curly and how long you want these to be. But I'm just essentially creating two little swirls in the seed beads and turning up that wire wrap loop up top. And that's how I'll attach the earring to an ear wire. So cute. So it looks like a little swirl of water with a starfish hanging down. So I'm just attaching that ear wire, and I love how these came out. They're so much fun. So I've got 2 pairs of swirly twirly sea-themed earrings. You can make your own by picking up all of these pieces and parts at beadaholique.com. Thanks so much for watching.